Peace, 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 family. How's everybody doing? I hope all y'all are having a wonderful day so far. Just wanted to come on here to talk about the weekly astrology for, I believe, what are we on? Excuse me. The 20th to the 26th. We're winding down here. You know, the countdown has begun. Oh. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. If you want to know more about my services and what I do, you can check out all the posts that'll be showing on my screen. And let me get through all of this. If you have any questions, you can email me at info@awayoflife.net. And so I am trying something new as usual. I'm always doing something. It's only right as a Gemini. And so for the other platform I'm recording for, if you cannot see the services, you can always follow me on YouTube, where I do this on a weekly. And email me if you have any questions. All right, so weekly astrology for the 20th to the 21st. The last time I came on here, I did a little tarot. I think I did it for the last few weeks. I've been doing tarot. I won't be doing that this week. I was going to try doing the Ashe Queen cards that I got from Divine Fitness blog or vlog. And they're like little affirmations. But maybe perhaps I'll do that instead of the tarot, because I know don't everybody got time to be on here all day. And I really do be trying to be mindful of that. I honestly just got bored. And I was like, you know what? That's really not their problem. Your boredom is not their problem. So I'll be studying back here. I'll find another way to incorporate it somehow. I always do. But I definitely needed to get it out of my system for sure. But I think that's all the messages I have for this week. So family, please like, share, and subscribe to the video if you like the content, if you appreciate the things that you're hearing here, if you find them helpful. As you know, likes help us get more views, and you know, we're trying to do our thing on here. We're trying to grow or whatever. So please do so in advance. We appreciate you. So the last time I was on here, I talked a little bit about Venus going retrograde. And so we'll still be in this energy for sure. Still adjusting to Venus going retrograde. She will definitely be testing relationships, cash flow, and our money matters. Along with a bunch of other things. And I'll touch a little bit on those, but everybody who's been listening at this point, you already know I've done extensive talks and about Venus in retrograde, and unfortunately, you know, it's just going to continue until March, when the retrograde is completely over. It's a pretty big deal right now, and a lot of people are going to have these things show up in their life in some way, shape, or form, where they're being forced to reevaluate their values and things of that nature. So you heard it here first. And again, and as always, I hope that this information is helpful. So, Monday, the moon will be in Cancer. Cancer rules home, family, and the public. Your mother, your relationship with your mother, your parenting style, how you was raised, your childhood, things of this nature. So I can only imagine that our values around home and family are certainly up for review at this time. So what same old ways of running your home are you doing that no longer work? What are you keeping and what are you changing? So definitely talking about the past, very nostalgic here, generations of celebration, childhood. I can definitely see a lot of topics like that coming out. You pull out the photo book and have all the memories of all the ways that you celebrated, and just a lot of fun yumminess there. And then it also rules the public, and so the public is also celebrating in the holiday spirit. Then Mercury will be in a trine to Uranus. Mercury rules information and communication. And Uranus rules progressive innovation. We can have downloads of original thinking, outside of the box thinking, and definitely technology somewhere, somehow is involved with this. So I can only imagine on the world stage we'll be hearing something about original ideas and thoughts around technology. And for all the people who are challenging themselves to do something different and change their values, traditions, and break those generational chains of things that haven't been working, this could be great ideas on how to do that. Agreeing to meet up once a month and talk about money, or how do you want this thing to look? This could even be meeting on Zoom instead of in person. I don't feel like that might sound to other people very traditional. I'm not even entirely sure I'm inclined to think it's a great idea overall, but I can definitely see this happening in such a way where it's going to change the way people celebrate because of what we've been through over the last 18 years. And there are still some people in an uproar about it. And even though I might not talk about it on this channel a lot, COVID is still a real thing, and the jab is still a real thing, and restrictions around it is still a real thing, and so I think in some way, shape, or form, some people might not want to meet in person. And so maybe you have a hybrid now where you get together with family, and some people will come in person and other people will stay at home and watch from the Zoom now, right? Or something to that nature. But overall, we still have all this Venus and all these planets kind of moving into Capricorn as well. And so this topic, I think, is going to grow a lot bigger once we move officially into Capricorn season. In some way, shape, or form, where we're questioning, what are we really doing? What are we really celebrating? And how can we make it more wholesome and unconditional loving and peaceful? And, maybe perhaps there are some family members who aren't particularly suitable. Some of these things could be coming up, and maybe they're not invited anymore. Or you got to change your family, your bloodline family, to a friends and family type situation. Like, I could see a lot of these kind of themes here coming up on a big way. Maybe your business becomes your family, and you'll be the person celebrating Christmas by getting on live and having a conversation about certain things or something that's on your mind, and getting support from your viewers, and your followers, your following, something like that. And then Tuesday, Sun enters Capricorn for the next 4 weeks. After being in Sagittarius for the last 4 weeks, Sagittarius is all about festivities and adventure and travel. And on the more serious side, Sagittarius is the beliefs in our world view of religion, spirituality, higher education, culture. Again, that's a pretty big theme, And so again, I still feel like in some way, shape, or form, we are really having the conversation about, damn, especially if you haven't seen your family in the last 18 months because of COVID, like, just like catching up and questioning, like, what the beep was that, and again, how are we going to move forward? How are we going to build and come together as a family? What stronger bonds are we creating, and things of that nature. I see that as being a thing. Or you're just partying and having a good time. Not everybody is at that level of consciousness where they even give zero fucks. And they're like, whatever, there was nothing fucking wrong with what we was doing, the way we was doing things before. We gonna keep doing this here thing and rock out with a cocks out. All right, ain't nothing wrong with it. To each his own. Some people might be traveling, obviously. That could possibly be different for people. I can only imagine with everything that's going on. But, and now is the winter solstice. It's a time to write out what you want to let go of from the spiritual perspective. Now, I did my esoteric version of Jupiter and Pisces, and it really talks about the celebration of the winter solstice and what it's really about, which is supposed to be around what kind of where we get the idea of our New Year's resolutions, is that we're celebrating a rebirth of going into an incarnation, and how we are kind of assessing what we want to let go of, and what do we want the outcome to come out after when we get to spring. What do we want our lives to look like? What are we going inward in our souls to rest about throughout this winter season? And really kind of assessing that at this time and having bigger conversations with yourself or family, however you celebrate, if you do celebrate, and doing your rituals or whatever, what that means for you. Or again, you're just celebrating Christmas, New Year's, etc. The moon will actually disappear for 3 days. So we can be very unproductive after those few days, especially for those who are out there after partying and having hangovers and celebrating and all that other stuff. This is perfect for relaxation and again, just going inward to reflect and recuperate, right? And then Wednesday, the moon moves into Leo, and we'll be burning that old emotional stuff off. We may become more entertaining, playful, and focused on children or creative projects. The moon will oppose Saturn, and that can bring up some stirfs. Saturn's about that old thing. So there could be some people opposed to the way the people are thinking about celebrating. I can definitely see that being some tension there. But essentially, this could be bringing light to some responsibilities. Maybe you're getting ready to celebrate all these festivities and such, and you're like, All right, so what are we going to do? How do we want to celebrate? And you're running around doing your errands to get those types of things done. At the same time, this same transit will square Uranus for the last time Thursday and Friday. And I talked about this Saturn square Uranus energy multiple times. I have a few different videos. This is that old against the new versus the new, governments against the people, you know, all that energy there. And, you know, there's just a lot of resistance around that. Now, around change from the old to the new. Unfortunately, this could be a lot of economic upheaval, government upheaval. Now, I really would like to think that this is going to be more about a breakthrough, because this is the third time that we've been through. We've been having this conversation. Like, we can see that these changes are coming whether we want to fight them or not. You know, people are evolving. People want to evolve. People want their freedom. They want to change. They want to, you know, be free and make changes in their life. Like, they're tired of the same old, same old. They're tired of being locked down. And I would like to think that there's a breakthrough around the resistance. Uranus is more conscious, awakening. Hell, I'd even take a weather condition on how some of these breakthroughs and changes come. But, you know, I don't want to be a party pooper. I don't want to be the person to be the bearer of bad news. But unfortunately, with this fiery Leo moon energy, I just don't see it, family. I really, really, really don't see these folks letting up. I can only imagine what's going to come out. But I'm really praying that I'm wrong. This is one of those times where I actually wouldn't mind being wrong. I'm actually kind of hoping that they delve out some kind of money, hoping that we'll go out and spend it, because that's kind of what they need right now. But unfortunately, just at this precedented time where we're at with all this, it's almost kind of like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, whether they give out the money and we spend it or not, they still have a huge deficit, and it's going to cause more problems. And if they don't, the answer is still the same. You know, they still have to make up for everything that we had experienced from being on lockdown. And so the favor really isn't in the cards for them. It's really in the people, which to me, or which to everybody else would be like, it would be common sense, right? To just give in, right? And leave us the hell alone and stop doing all the nonsense. Unfortunately, that's just not how America has ever run. And so that in there lies the problem. You know, I don't think are going to see it that way. You know, I think that they are going to continue to try to push us into this box to control us. And, you know, that's the system that we live in, you know. So Friday, the moon will be in Virgo. Now, Virgo is more grounded, and all the stress may calm down on Christmas Eve. I'm really hoping that Virgo energy is going to push and give us that hope that I'm looking for, that they just leave us the F alone at this time. And, you know, nothing really major comes up out of that. And then Saturday is actually Christmas Day. So Venus and the moon in Virgo can be catching up with old friends, celebrating with family from the past, especially because of the pandemic. And Pluto and Venus will bring out the worst in weak relationships. Probably not the best day to have that. And this energy is still pretty strong. You know, Venus is in retrograde newly from just a few days ago, that Sunday. And so, again, something I'm not particularly sold on. I'm just not. I'm not sold that Venus-Pluto energy is going to be like, yeah, let's hug and kiss and never ever think about bad stuff again. Not likely. If you've already been in some kind of situation and you decide to immerse yourself around that energy, you're more than likely, especially if there's alcohol and liquor involved, to dredge up some sturfs. You know, some sturfs is going to come out of there. You know, it ain't going to be pretty and pink. You know, and ultimately there's two ways you can think about this that are the upswing to that is that you needed to get it off your damn chest anyway. So thank God it's out in the open now. So the air is going to eventually clear, you know, and then that leaves room for forgiveness, you know, and that's the other token to this energy. And for Venus and Pluto in retrograde, is that some old problems that have been kind of sitting and simmering for long periods of time will now have had the opportunity to time, right? Because time heals all things, right? And so maybe, perhaps, there's been enough time to get over it and we can forgive, make up, and move forward. That is the other side of that token, which obviously we're all hoping for that opportunity. Maybe some of you are not. It really just depends on where you're at with all of this. But especially on Sunday, when the moon moves into Libra, which rules, you know, peace and harmony. And then Mercury will be in trine with Neptune, which is the higher octave of Venus. And that's unconditional love. So staying hopeful there. But overall, you know, turbulence is in the air. I got to give it to you 100. Before I be up here selling pretty in pink and y'all come back and be like, Keisha, what the hell? You ain't tell me that my family was finna act crazy. They coming. I'm just letting you know right now, they coming. So hopefully people are on the up and up. I do feel like, again, the longer a situation, the better chances of that. But if it's anything fresh and new, maybe not. You might need a little bit more time, you know, and that's okay too. I do think Pluto in general is going to be in the South Node, the ruler of the South Node, giving us this opportunity to heal over time, over the next 18 months. And with that South Node activation. So. And again, I'll be here to talk to y'all through it every step of the way. You already know how I do it. And I really, really hope that you found this information helpful. I love and appreciate every single one of y'all.